What I'm about to say will sound ridiculous. It did cost a lot of money, I'm not gonna lie. I am on Rightmove every single day. I've got to laugh, otherwise I'll cry. Will you be open to love next year? I've never really spoke about this on my channel actually. Raise your hand if you're feeling kind of uneasy about this year because you don't know what's going to happen or what the world is going to be like, but you're just glad it's not 2020 anymore. Everyone say aye. Hello my loves and happy new year to you all. Happy 2021. I hope you all had a really lovely Christmas and New Year no matter what your circumstance was. I hope you managed to make the most of it. But anyway, for today's video I thought I would start off with the new year with us all hopefully being on the same page. I want to give you guys a little update of where I'm at, what's happened over the past year, how I'm feeling, how I'm approaching the new year. Let's just have a little catch up. Maybe if you haven't made a cup of tea yet, pause this video here, go and grab a cuppa and a blanket, get yourself cozy, and then we can come back and have a little girly chat. Anyway, now that no one has done what I've just said, let's start anyway. I asked you guys for your questions over on Instagram, all about 2020 or 2021. I've got them here in front of me now. First of all though, I want to start with a video that I actually uploaded at the beginning of last year, and I specifically remember setting myself some goals for 2020 in this video, so I want to go back and see if I achieved what I thought I would. Okay, so it was a drive with me. The last question in this video was, if you could write a letter to the end of 2020 Han, what would you ask her? Let's see what I said. I would ask her, which brand are you most proud of working with this year? The brand I'm most proud of working with this year is Vision Direct because I've enjoyed it so much, to be honest. And I was really proud of the fact that they wanted to continue my contract and carry on working with me. So yeah, probably Vision Direct. You interviewed, if you've interviewed anyone. Who have you interviewed if you've interviewed anyone? No one, Han. You got a big storm coming. James Blunt in 2019. Who in 2020? Didn't even see your friends, mate. Are you any closer to buying a house? Yes, I am. Not in the process, but savings-wise, I am. And have you got a puppy yet? I have! Okay, so now on to your guys' questions over on Instagram. So the most popular question, I think, as I'm scrolling through this list is, what are your goals for 2021? So I'm just going to quickly share with you a few of my goals. I have this app called Happy Goals and I add to it every year. So I've had this one on my list since the beginning of last year, but it is to get a non-surgical nose job. I'm actually quite glad that that didn't happen in 2020 though, because I'm a bit undecided about it now. So I'm glad that the clinic shut down and that I wasn't able to go, because I don't know if I would regret it now. It's still something I think about sometimes, but not as much as I did at the beginning of last year. I also have another specific savings amount that I want to hit in my bank account. This year I want to have my eyebrows microbladed. That's on my to-do list for 2021. I have a secret project that I'm very excited about that I'm going to put the work into and hopefully launch this year. And this year I also want to buy a new car. I need a 5-door car. I've been umming and ahhing for quite a while now. I absolutely love my little Fiat, but she's only got 3 doors and your gal needs 5 doors now that she's got a puppy. I don't know exactly what car I want to get yet, but I want to get a slightly bigger car than the one that I have right now. So those are my main goals for the year really. Nothing too drastic. We don't know what state the world is going to be in this year, so I'm not aiming for the moon, but if I land among the stars, I'll be happy. Someone says, what's the best Christmas gift you received and gave this year? The best gift I received was the Hotel Chocolate Velvetizer. The hot chocolate machine is unreal. I've been having hot chocolate every night since. And the best gift I gave is also the same thing because I got it from my mum and dad and I gave one to my brother, so I can't recommend it enough. It's a little bit pricey. It's definitely a luxury kitchen gadget, but it's so worth it. The hot chocolates are dreamy. Someone said this might not be important, but are you planning to keep your hair short? I think so, yeah. I actually might go a little bit shorter. I'm undecided at the minute, but I feel like it's at a bit of an awkward length right now. The next question is, are you still house hunting? So I'm not actively looking for a house for me right now. I'm still in the saving process. However, I am on Rightmove every single day. Would you count that as actively looking? I don't think so, because I don't look with the intention of buying. I look to see what the market's like and to keep an eye on like prices and things like that, so that when I am ready to buy, hopefully I'll be a bit more clued up. A few other people have asked if I'm going to be buying a house next year, and the answer is probably no. Here's my thing, right? I am a big overthinker and a big worrier, not even just for now, but for the future. So My plan is to save as much deposit as I possibly can. I mean, I would love to be mortgage free by the time I'm like 30. It would just be insane. The dream has always been to be able to put down 50% of the house, which is a lot of money in my area. I mean, you can never predict what's going to happen though. I might meet someone and buy a house with them. I just don't know. But the bigger the deposit I put down, the less my future self is going to have to worry. That's the way I think of it in my head. My brain definitely works overtime. I worry about having hefty mortgage payments when I've got kids and stuff. I want to be able to send my kids on school trips and things like that. And I'm not in any rush to move out. Why do I want to move out and live on my own when I'm with my family right now? When you were younger, where did you think you'd be at this age? So I'm 22, for those of you who might not know. My birthday is in August. I'm a Leo. Let me know in the comments down below, do you think I'm a typical Leo or not? Sometimes I think I am, sometimes I think I'm really not. When I was younger, I thought 22 was really old. I always wanted to get married when I was 21. Getting married last year, I cannot think of anything less like the pathway I've gone down. And then I wanted a baby by the time I was 23. So that gives me 8 months to have a child, meaning that process should have already begun, and it definitely hasn't. So yeah, teenage Han living in fantasy land. Wanted to be married and having a family by this time. I ain't even got a boyfriend. I've got to laugh, otherwise I'll cry. Any new products launching from Candid in 2021? There will definitely be some new products launching from Candid this year. Might even be a little something extra. I'll leave that there. Someone says, do you still want to do YouTube full time? Yes, more than ever actually. Since I started doing the weekly vlogs in lockdown, I feel like I've fallen back in love with filming. I just like documenting normal life. That's what I like to watch. That's what you guys seem to enjoy. I don't do anything extravagant with my life. In fact, if anyone asked me, why do people watch you? I would not have a Scooby, because I don't do anything exciting. I haven't got my own house, I don't go travelling. Why do you watch me? No, but in all seriousness, the boring parts of life are the best parts, in my opinion. I've always felt like that, and it's only really Mrs. Hinch and Stacey Solomon that have made me realise that's okay. And I know that sounds so pathetic, but watching their Instagram stories and hearing them talk about how they love the mundane things made me realise that I'm not the only person. I used to think I was mega boring. I've never really spoke about this on my channel actually, but yeah, I used to be like, why don't I enjoy the really exciting things? Why don't I want to go on nights out all the time? Or why don't I want to go backpacking around the world? And it's just because that's not me. And now that I know I'm not the only person that likes that, I've kind of relished in it this year. I've gone way off on a tangent there. What I'm saying is I'm really enjoying the weekly vlogs because I can make the most of all the little things like that. Will you be getting Sunny a friend? No, I will not. Never say never, but definitely not this year. What do you want to leave behind in 2020? I mean, ideally, COVID would be nice to leave in 2020. Something I want to leave in 2020 is relying on antidepressants, which is quite deep, and sorry if you weren't expecting that, but I've said it now. It's too bleeding late. Someone said, what are you grateful for in 2020? The first thing I'm grateful for is that all of my family, fingers crossed, have been healthy this year. Obviously, way back in January 2020, my dad had that massive heart surgery, which seems like a lifetime ago now, but I'm so grateful that that happened before COVID, because if it had been postponed any longer, I mean, we already waited like 7 months for that op, but if it had been postponed another 2 months, he still wouldn't have had the surgery now because they all got cancelled. Yeah, I'm grateful that that happened. I'm grateful that we're all healthy. I'm grateful for the family time actually. We've spent a lot more time together as a family than we usually do. And I'm also grateful for a bit of a rest. Not physically, I feel like I've done a lot of work this year, but I've absolutely loved it. But mentally, I've had a lot less to worry about. Would you say all the lockdowns have allowed you to save more money? Definitely, because before lockdown, I was going into London all the time. The first lockdown, I went a bit mad with online shopping, especially because that's when I knew we were gonna get Sunny. So I was buying every puppy gadget you can imagine. I had boxes arriving to the house daily, and I'm talking big Amazon boxes. So the first lockdown, it did cost a lot of money, I'm not gonna lie, but the other lockdowns, I think I've definitely saved more than what I've spent on Sunny and all her preparation and bits and bobs and stuff like that. So in general, yes, the lockdowns have helped me save money. Also, the light is now going because it is 3:45 in the afternoon, so apologies. The next question is, what will be your first holiday destination once it's safe to travel? I am not like ready and raring to go when it comes to traveling, to be honest. I think one, because of the current climate and the current situation in the world, being out of my little comfort zone and my bubble does scare me quite a lot. But also, because I've now got Sunny, 2020 has been a great year for new pet owners because we've had so much time to dedicate to the pets, specifically dogs. They take a lot of work, puppies take a lot of training as well, and I've had a lot of time to do that. It's also meant that I've never really been away from Sunny. When lockdown's over, I'm definitely going to work on Sunny's separation anxiety. It's not terrible, but she would just rather be with me. So I'm definitely going to make that one of my aims once lockdown is over, to physically leave her for little lengths of time. But for me, I think my separation anxiety is way worse than hers. I do not want to leave her. I worry about her so much. I don't want her to eat anything. I don't even want my parents to have to look after her because she's my puppy, and although they would never consider her a burden, I worry that I've taken on this puppy and now I'm like passing it off onto someone else, do you know what I mean? It's just a thing in my head right now. I need to try and get over it, but yeah. Travelling's definitely not top of my list. Someone asked, what's your favourite trend or style this year? Definitely neutrals coming into fashion. Beiges, whites, creams, browns. Oh, I'm so here for it. I literally love it so much. What is something you learned or a habit you started that you will carry into 2021? Appreciating the little things in life. I cannot stress this enough. I get so excited now about coming home from a dog walk and having a cup of tea. Before, never would have fazed me. Now, highlight of my day. Little things like that. I think if you can find joy in the tiny things in life, you're living your best life every day, mate. Do you think we'll be back to normal by the end of 2021? I think most things will be back to normal. I still think we'll be wearing masks in supermarkets and things like that, and I kind of hope we are. But yeah, I think for the most part, I think this vaccine will help a lot. If there's anything we've learnt this year, it's that you cannot predict the next year. So, who knows? Will you be open to love next year? Maybe. I'll see. Right now, I'm still not ready to find someone. I'm very much in my comfortable bubble, which is not always a great thing. I'm very in my comfort zone, and I've become a lot more introverted this year than I ever have been. I've never been this comfortable spending so much time on my own, which scares me a little bit. And I hope that I can change my mindset one day, because deep down, I don't want to spend my whole life alone. I do feel like I'm getting there. I've gone through quite a lot of phases of being single. I've gone through the phase of bitterness, the phase of thinking men are the worst thing in the world, feeling really lonely when all my other friends are in relationships, then realising actually I've got no male worries. I'm not worrying about someone texting me back. A single life is truly a peaceful life. So then I fell in love with that. Now I'm kind of at the phase where I'm happy with it, but I wonder what the next phase is going to be. Am I going to be longing for someone? Probably not. But am I going to be more accepting towards the thought of having someone to do life with? Probably. I honestly don't know. Will I meet someone next year? I don't know. I was going to make that into some sort of quote, but honestly, I don't know, is the quote for 2021. I don't know. The next question is something positive that came out of 2020. This little one. She is the light of my life, and I'm not even joking when I say that. Her name suits her so well because she is literally a little ray of sunshine. She just has so much love to give. Someone says, I love your fashion content. Will 2021 bring more of it? Thank you very much. I never consider myself a fashion icon or a fashion guru, but this is actually quite a good point because I don't feel like I've posted on Instagram a lot at all this year. I haven't been buying loads of clothes because I've not been going out anywhere, so what's the point? I also kind of feel what I'm about to say will sound ridiculous, but I feel like I've lost myself a little bit because I'm a new parent. You know how new mums often say that they become so consumed in becoming a mum that they lose a bit of who they are? That's how I've felt with having a puppy. I'm the kind of person, I do things so wholeheartedly with every inch of my being that from about July, I have put everything into having a puppy and focusing on her and training her and buying things for her that I haven't really thought about myself at all, which has been a good thing in a lot of ways. It's taught me a lot. It's taught me not to be selfish. That is definitely something Sunny's taught me this year. But also, I've never felt as negatively about my appearance as I have for a lot of this year. So that's another thing that I really want to change in 2021. I want to find my style a bit more. I want to focus on making myself feel good on the outside, because on the inside I feel like I've really worked on my mental well-being this year and I've got my mental health in a lot better place. It's given me a lot of time. Now I'm ready for the glow up on the outside. Okay, the next question, this links to the first question, we're going full circle, is if you could go back and tell past Han on New Year's Eve 2019 any advice, what would it be? It would be, make the most of the next 3 months, because other than that, the year is cancelled. And the final question I'm actually going to create for myself is, Han, if you could write a letter to your future self at the end of 2021, What would you ask her? So, future Han, I would like to ask you, number one, what is the current state of the world? Did any more lockdowns happen? Did the vaccine sort things out? Are your family all okay? Number two is, did you meet up with Sunny's brothers and sisters for their birthday? And I know you're hoping for it. Number three would be, are you feeling better about your appearance now than you were this time last year? Number four would be, have you got any more funny dating stories? Have you downloaded Tinder? Did you cave yet, babes? And number five would be, what's your biggest achievement this year? Because as I film this video, I have no idea what you're going to achieve. I don't really have any plans, to be honest. So what have you done? Whatever it is, it's news to me. So my loves, that brings us to the end of this chatty little video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please do give it a big thumbs up. Let me know in the comments down below, what is your main New Year's resolution for next year? I would love to know. And if you achieve it, feel free to drop me a message and say, Han, I did it. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. Thank you for supporting me all throughout 2020, and well done, you made it. But anyway guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you again soon with another little video. Bye guys, love ya.